Hello students, welcome to Ashish Polala classes. Today in the present video, I am going to discuss with you the CRIPS mission. In the last video, we had made study in relation to the August offer. We also came to know why the August offer was not accepted by the Indian leaders. So after the failure of August offer, the British Prime Minister Churchill having realized that now it was very difficult to remain indifferent towards the Indian problems any longer. So he made an announcement on March 11, 1942 in the House of Commons in which he declared that Sir Stafford Cripps, who was the socialist member of the British War Council, and he was very known for his genuine sympathy with the Indian aspirations, that he would be sent to India for negotiating with the Indian leaders to secure their cooperation in the prosecution of war against Germany. Accordingly, on 22nd of March 1942, Mr. Stafford Cripps arrived in India. Why Cripps mission was sent to India? The Cripps mission was sent to India because of the reverses which were suffered by the Britain in Southeast Asia. The Japanese threat to invade India now seemed to be real, and Indian support became crucial for Britain. There was also the pressure on Britain from the allies USA, USSR, and China to seek the Indian cooperation for the World War against Germany. On the other hand, Indian nationalists had agreed to support the allied cause of Britain only on the condition that if the substantial power was transferred immediately from British government to Indian Union. They also made demand for the complete independence after the World War. When the Cripps mission came in India, then Sir Stafford Cripps suggested the following proposals for the settlement of Indian problems with the Indian leaders. According to the first proposal of Sir Stafford Cripps, an Indian Union with a Dominion status would be set up. I want to repeat, according to the first proposal of Cripps mission, that after the World War, an Indian Union with a Dominion status would be set up. And this Indian Union would be free to decide its relations with the Commonwealth nations, and also free to participate in the United Nations and other international bodies. That means to say that after the World War, India will get the Dominion status, and India will be free to decide its relation with the Commonwealth nation, and India would be free to participate in the United Nations and other international bodies. According to the second proposal of Cripps mission, after the end of the World War, a constituent assembly would be convened to frame a new constitution for India, and this constituent assembly would be established in India. The members of this constituent assembly would be partly elected by the provincial assemblies through proportional representation and partly nominated by the parties. But it is very important to note here that it had also been provided under the Cripps mission that the British government would accept the new constitution of India, but subject to the following two conditions. According to the first condition of Cripps mission, it had been provided that any province of India who is not willing to join the Indian Union could have a separate constitution, and they can form a separate union different from Indian Union. And according to the second condition of Cripps mission, the new constitution making body and British government will negotiate a treaty with each other to effect the transfer of power from British government to the Indian Union. And this treaty will also safeguard the racial and religious minorities in India after getting the independence. But in the meantime, unless and until the power will not be transferred from the British government to the Indian Union, the defense of India would remain in the British hands, and the power of the Viceroy of India would remain intact, it will not be affected. This Cripps mission was different from the previous missions which had been sent by the British government in India. Why so? Let us see. The first departure was that under the Cripps mission, the making of Indian constitution was solely in the hands of Indians now. That means the Indian constitution will be drafted by the Indians, not by the Britishers. A clear plan was provided for the Constituent Assembly in the Cripps mission, and under the Cripps mission, option was available to any province that they can have the separate constitution. So in this way, this Cripps mission gave a blueprint for India's partition. And the fourth salient feature of Cripps mission that the right was given to the Indian Union that free India could withdraw from the Commonwealth nations as well. After listening and reading the Cripps mission, Indians were not satisfied with the above proposal, and therefore they rejected the Cripps mission altogether. The Indian leaders found that there is a seed of partition of country in the Cripps mission. Moreover, they said that there was absence of any plan in the Cripps mission for immediate transfer of power from British government to the Indian Union, which was the main demand of Indians. So this is something about the present lecture of Cripps mission. Hope all of you understand what is Cripps mission. If you like my lectures, then please subscribe my channel if yet you have not subscribed my channel, and share my videos more and more. Thank you very much.